In this video, we will discuss about two-tier architecture and three-tier architecture. Right. So what does tier means? Tier means layer. So it basically means two-layer architecture and three-layer architecture. Right. So first of all, we will discuss that what are those two layers. So those two layers are, first is client layer, where clients are accessible, where machines are accessible to clients and users come to client. And the second is database server. Right. Suppose these are my clients, client 1, client 2 and client 3. Right. And these are connected with database server. Right. Database server with help of interface. Now, what is interface? Suppose I want some data from database server of mine. Matlab, I want some my personal data from database server. So I will go to my client. I will give there a query. That query will be in any language. Suppose it might be in Java or something. I will write a query. I will write a program for my query in any language. And then what will happen? Right. With help of interface, my client can access the data in database server. Right. So what is basically interface? Interface helps me in connecting with database. Right. Interface is helping me in connecting with database, and its application can be in any language. Right. Now, suppose client and server are both at different location. Right. So what will happen? These are connected by interface, and what will happen? First of all, my query will be processed. Right. My query will be processed by data server once I will give query on interface. Right. And then now suppose for railway I want to my ticket for my journey. So what I will do, I will go to a station, and there some clients will be there at counter for giving me ticket. So I will give my personal data, and those client will give query. Right. And they will store my data in database server. Similar thing happen in bank. Suppose I want to credit. Right. Then what will I do? I will go to clerk. That clerk with help of client will access my data in database server. Right. Now, the limitations of two-tier architecture are, first, scalability. Right. Why scalability? For that, before you have to understand its advantage, that is maintenance. So to maintain two-tier architecture is very easy. Why? Because there are limited number of clients, and these all are human beings. Right. For example, clerks. So it is very easy to maintain. Right. Since there are limited number of clients, it is very difficult, because 24/7 there are many users, and any user at any time at any location can ask for data. So this will create load on my database server. Second limitation is security. Clients are directly accessible with database server with help of interface, so they can manipulate the data. Right. Now we will come to three-tier architecture. Right. So suppose again these are my clients, and this time the interface is connected with business layer, or you can say application server, and this is connected with database server. right? So what will happen now? Suppose there are my normal users again and they came with query to the clients, right? Now this time the my query will not directly go to here. This time my query will go to my business layer. Business layer supports interface, right? Query is actually processed here, right? Query is processed at my business layer. Once I give my query here in interface in any language, then query will be processed at business layer, right? Now once query is processed in business layer, the query will be converted into machine language, and with help of that I can access any data. The data will be given to the app business layer, and then data will be converted in the same format as it was given by user, so that the way user gave the query, the same way he accessed his data. Now the advantage is here security is good because user and clients are not directly accessible to database server. Suppose in Gmail I have my some data with ticket, I mean for IRCTC I have some data there, right? So I don't know exactly where my data is, at which location my data is. I only know that my data is there, and I can with help of query get my access my data, right? Only this is possible. Not those things that which location my data is there and how many datas are there and the entire access to the database server, no, right? Now second advantage is second advantage is scalability. This is easier because no matter how many users are there, the entire load will be on business layer and it won't be problematic for database server, right? So no load to database server, no matter how many queries are there, this will be processed at business layer. So it will not create a load on database server, and data can be easily accessed and easily outputted to user, right? So this is for this, and also maintenance here is quite difficult, but security and scalability are prioritized over maintenance for users, for advantage of users, right? That's why this is considered better, right? So this is for this video. We will discuss next thing in next video.